farmers and ranchers in the Arkansas and Red River valleys are recovering from the worst river flooding in 25 years.
It had us worried because we live back here and we make our living, and we're going to have to work hard to make it through it to keep farming. And it's going to take, even after the water finally goes down, no telling how long for the grass to come back to get our cattle back, and no telling how many weeks of work to clean fences and fix fences, and money it's going to cost to fix everything. And
27-year-old Tyler McDonald has a 400-head cattle operation near Lewisville and Lafayette County. Following weeks of heavy rainfall in the Red River Basin, ranchers were warned the river would experience a major flood prior to Memorial Day weekend, forcing McDonald and others to move their cattle to higher ground.
We started calling friends and family, and Sunday morning started catching cattle and hauling them out. We have some hauled to a couple different neighbors' house that we do, and we had roughly 400 head of mama cows and their calves, and we hauled them in 2 days with pickup trucks and trailers, and had multiple friends helping load them up and sort cattle. And if we would have not had the friends and neighbors, we would have had a hard time getting them all out, if we could have got them all out, and then wouldn't have had a place to put them.
It was a classic example of farmers helping farmers. McDonald's friend and neighbor Bruce Alford is allowing Tyler's cattle to stay on his ranch until the water recedes and he can clean up his pasture.
We're expecting till the end of July before the river gets back in its banks, and possibly longer if depending on any more rain here or up north, either one. And then we'll have to start rebuilding fences and hauling sand deposits. We've been told to expect up to 5 foot of sand deposits, and have to haul off or either rebuild on top of. We have to have a positive attitude that things are gonna get better. There's always next year, and farming's more of a way of life than just a everyday deal. We do it more for the love of farming than just for the money, because the money's not there a lot of times. So we just do it because we love it and love the land, try and keep feeding the people.
The situation was just as bad up and down the Arkansas River Valley. Jill Evans is a 21-year-old crop farmer near Mayflower who watched as her 700 acres of corn, rice, soybeans, and wheat were inundated by floodwaters in early June.
The wheat, I don't think any of the wheat it'll be rotten. It'll just lose it. The corn, it won't make it with the water. And the rice, I feel like it'll lay over when the water gets off. We'll just have to see. It makes you sick to see it, but you know, it happened for a reason, and if it only happens every 20 years or so, I guess you just, live with it. But it definitely makes your stomach drop to come down here and see it.
Governor Asa Hutchinson has formally requested that U.S. Agriculture Secretary Tom Vilsack issue a federal disaster declaration for 37 Arkansas counties, so farmers and ranchers affected may apply for low-interest emergency loans. It's too soon to put a dollar estimate on flood losses. Much will depend on whether farmers purchased federal crop insurance. Jill's ancestors established a cattle operation in Faulkner County in 1878, and her family's been growing crops in the River Valley for the past 15 years. She's taken over management of the farm from her dad and is already showing the resiliency of older farmers.
I think, being a farmer, it can always be worse. You think we've had all this rain, and it could be the opposite. We could be so dried up, and I think, it may never be perfect, but you just have to deal with it. I think that's just the mindset. There's always hope for next year. Next year may be, your record crop with the prices may go up, and it only takes 1 year to turn everything around. And it could go the opposite way too, but that's just, you always hope for the best.